Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, My Money Saved. So in today's video, I'm going to talk to you about personal finance, the basics of personal finance. So like you don't need to be a finance major or an accountant to know how it works. So just to make you understand, how to manage your money, how to build savings, how to avoid like debt, and then how to start building wealth. Have you ever felt like you make money, but the money disappears? You don't know where the savings are. So what is personal finance? Personal finance is how you manage your money. So that means like the earnings that you have, the spending that you do, the savings, the investing, and just protecting your money. So most people just focus on earning money, so like the income, but most people don't care about like the expenses and what they're spending on. They don't track it. And also like growing your money. If you invest properly, money makes more money. So there are 5 parts to personal finance. The first one is income. So income is like the foundation. You can earn income through a job, a business, freelancing, side hustles, or investments. So you want to make as much income as possible. That's the only way to cover the expenses and to make more money through investing. So the next one is budgeting. So budgeting isn't about like restriction or, budget is about control. So you need to track and know exactly where every single penny is going. So I have a budget tracker that I always talk about. Track your spending for 30 days. So put it in the tracker, all the expenses that you're incurring, and build from there. So build your tracker, track for 1 month, see what the expenses are, what your income is, and then make that like a reoccurring every month. So expenses are usually around the same. They increase by like 5 to 10% here and there. So, just being aware of where the expenses are, what they are, that's the start, that's the beginning. It will be a game changer for you if you track your spending for the first 30 days in a month. So start whatever month you pick, start from the 1st, go to the 30th, and see all the expenses that you have incurred and build your budget that way. Savings. So before you invest, you need to have an emergency fund or like a fund where you put money. It could be like for 3 to 6 months of expenses. So in case you lose a job or something happens, you have money set aside that you can live and not worry about where the money is going to come from. So keeping money in a high interest savings account, you can earn money. And this way it's more secure than investing in stocks. So in a savings account, you're easily able to access the money and you're getting some interest back. And just, it protects the money and you can get it quickly. And then the 4th one is debt management. So not all debt is equal. So there are bad debts and there are good debts. So bad debts are like credit card debts. So you don't ever want to have credit card debts because credit cards have really high interest, like really high interest. I'm talking 20%. So 20% interest is what you have to pay if you have credit card debt. So make sure you always pay your credit card in full and never leave a balance. And also, like nowadays we have this buy now, pay later apps like Klarna and Afterpay. Please don't use them. They are a trap. They are there to take money from you, especially if you're not good with credit. Please don't use those kind of apps. And then there are like good debts. So there are debts like mortgage. So you take a loan to buy a house and you repay the mortgage slowly, like monthly amounts. So those are good debts. Like You incur interest for sure, but it's not like as high as 20%. It's relatively low, like 5 to 6% interest on mortgage loans. But you are living in the house and you have a sense of entitlement, like you own the house and you have to repay the amounts. So it's something tangible there. So yeah, if you are in debt, in bad debt like credit card debt, please prioritize paying those off. Your job is to pay that credit card bill as fast as possible. So prioritize, look at all the debt that you have and look at the highest interest ones and pay that off first and work your way down to the lowest interest one. Yeah, just like debt, high interest debt is your worst enemy. It's not doing anyone any favor. So knowing your debt, how much interest is on it, and to work a plan towards paying that off should be your first priority. And then next is investing. So once you have saved money, you want that money to work for you. So investing is a way to grow that money. If you put it in your checking account, or do not put it in your checking account, if you put it in your savings account, it only grows a little bit, but it doesn't keep up with inflation. So inflation slowly eats your money. So inflation means that $1 today, it will not be $1 10 years from now. Like a piece of bread will cost you $1 today, but 10 years from now, it will be $2. But that dollar that you kept in your bank is not going to keep up with that $2 increase. The bread is going to be $2. In your bank, you'll only have like $1.10, $1.50. So you want to put it in investments, so in like stocks, index funds, ETFs, where it keeps up with inflation, but it grows slowly and steadily, and it's not overnight. You're not going to be a millionaire overnight, but it will like grow slowly and steadily. So how to, get into the personal finance mindset and how to like start thinking about all this. So first, you need to have good behaviors. You need to have good habits, and afterwards is the numbers. So first, you have to maintain good habits to see the result. So you have to be disciplined. Like you need to know that you come first, and like what goals do you have in terms of finances and like where you want to see yourself. So having that mindset and constantly thinking about that will help you reach to the goals that you want to achieve. So the first one to do is like pay yourself first. So what does that mean? It means like whenever you get paid, set aside some amount that you will put into savings. Before you get the urge of spending it on an item, think of it as like paying it to yourself. Like that should be a bill. That should be something reoccurring. And once you pay yourself, like put that money into investments, make that grow. I think once you actually see it grow, you'll get addicted to it, and you'll want to do it often. And then also lifestyle inflation. So if you get an pay increase at work, don't go spending it. Like if you're getting a bonus or if you're getting a pay raise every January like I do, keep the bills the same. Like don't add on an extra bill, don't splurge on things. That extra income that you're getting, you can put into savings, you can pay yourself. Like nowadays, social media has made it so hard. Everywhere you see, there's like constant comparison, like someone has a brand new item that you are craving to get, and it's not healthy. Try to stay away from social media. Most of the people are just buying it on credit. We don't even know if they're paying it all in full. Maybe they're paying interest on top of that item. So that Stanley, they got it for $40 on credit, actually ends up costing them $60 because they have to pay interest on it because they didn't pay the credit card bill in full. So just don't look at social media, don't compare. Social media should just be for information purpose only. Don't make it a habit to constantly consume and then later on purchase what you saw on social media. And then finally, like, think long term. You know, wealth building takes time, it's slow, but it works. Like, if you invest and if you see the growth, you'll see, you know, what you're working towards, and also like track it. The biggest thing is to track. So get yourself a spreadsheet, put the amounts every month that you invest, track it. How much is it growing? So take it step by step. So step number one you should do is, you know, if you're new to this and if you don't know what personal finance is, like how to take care of your money, if it's really hard, then like start with this. So step one is to track your expenses from the 1st to the 30th, see all the bills that are coming in and put it into a spreadsheet. So have like categories, my income, expenses, and break down those expenses like daycare, food bill, phone bill, you know, house related expenses like mortgage. So have every single expense that money is going out of your bank. Like check your credit card statements, check your statements like utility bills, check your bank account, see every single penny that you're spending and coming in, so ins and outs, track them and put it into a spreadsheet. And then take that 1 month's tracking that you did and then roll it forward. So create the next month, keep it the same, and then so that's how you create a budget. For 12 months, you would have categorized all the expenses and then put in the amounts, and then look at the net line. So the net line is your income minus your expenses, and that's the savings line. So see how much are you able to actually save. Try to get a target. Your expenses are relatively the same every month, except for like your variable, which is like things that are entertainment or like clothing and stuff like that. Those are in your control, but everything else should be like consistently the same every month, if you stick to getting the same things every month. And yeah, like know how much you're spending every month and know how much you're able to save every month. So keep that consistent and make that a goal. Okay, this month my target is to save $600 because I did that last month. So, you know, that kind of deters you from spending money. So do that, and then put that savings towards emergency fund first before you invest. Like make sure you have a fund that you can go to in case of an emergency, like a job loss or like a medical emergency. So, and try to build like your income times 6 months. So 6 months worth of income, you should have it readily available in case something happens. This way, you know, you're avoiding stress, you're avoiding, you know, mental stress, physical stress, emotional stress. So you know you have something saved up in case of emergency. And then, you know, once you have that emergency built up, then you're ready to invest. So take the remaining amount and put that into investments. So investments is like stocks. You can have any other investments that you want that are like that. So whatever you put in, whatever money you put in, you have a return. So you're earning money on top of the money that you spent, that you invested. And then, you know, you can see the increase over time. So create another spreadsheet and track how much you invested and how much you've made on that investment. You know, that's it. It's not complicated. It's just taking it step by step and slowly seeing the results. Some of the common mistakes to avoid is thinking that, oh, I don't make enough money to save. I don't see any savings. So just like get out of that mindset and actually physically see it in the tracker, in a spreadsheet, put the numbers down. And, you know, first pay off your high interest debt before you invest. make sure all your debts are cleared. Savings and investing should come at the very end. First, if you have debt, you want to focus on clearing off that debt, especially the high interest debts like 19%, 20%, anything beyond, no, big no, because that's money that's going to someone else and it's not working for you. So make sure you pay off all the debts first before you invest. And don't time the market like stock market. Just, make it a habit of slowly investing a little bit. The power of compounding interest. So the money that you put in today, 10 years from now, it will give you a big result. It's not instant, it's not overnight. And also maximize your retirement accounts. So in Canada, we have RRSPs, tax-free savings accounts. So please make sure you utilize these and to max them. Just start small. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. I'm more than happy to help. It's about progress. You don't need to do this all overnight. It takes time. It takes small steps and, good mental mindset and habits to reach to a goal of financial freedom and, for your money to work for you and make more money. I hope this video was helpful. Please let me know in the comments if you need help, if you have any questions. I'm willing to help. And I'll talk to you in the next video. Take care. Please subscribe if you like this video and found it helpful. Talk to you later. Bye.